What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we're going to talk about the brand new champions that are coming in the next update. We are on the test server here, so that's why we are getting a sneak peek at all this stuff. And then we will check out some of the quality of life improvements that's going to be happening in the next patch in the next day or so. So without further ado, let's check out exactly what we are looking at here. We have Lamassi, the Gold Wing. So Lamassi here is a Sylvan Watcher. She's actually going to be the upcoming login champion. She was actually leaked out last month. So if you guys weren't aware, she is the next free login champion. We do see her available on the test server here up for testing. So make sure you guys look out for some videos on her coming up. And yeah, she's an attack-based force affinity damage dealer here. Checking out her base stats here, not overly insane. She has decent base attack, average speed. She got the boost to crit damage, which is good to see. Her A1 is a double hit. If the target is under shield buff, each hit has a 25% chance of decreasing the value of the shield by 10%. Will also ignore 50% of the target's resistance if the target is from the Corrupted Alliance. If the target is not under shield, each hit will ignore 10% of the target's defense instead. I mean, it seems okay. It has extra damage against shields and then ignore defense on a double hit. Seems all right. The A2 here, 3-turn cooldown when fully booked. Single target hit, double hit. Each hit has a 100% chance of removing 2 random buffs from the target. 100% chance is always a good thing. Will also ignore 50% of the target's resistance if the target is from the Corrupted Alliance. So it has a 100% chance of removing 2 random buffs. Will ignore 50% of the target's resistance. So does this mean it requires accuracy to I think it requires accuracy, and then you get a 100% chance to remove 2 random buffs, because otherwise this second part wouldn't make sense, right? This 50% ignore resistance. So you do require accuracy on this 2 buff removal, single target 2 buff removal, by the way. This skill deals more damage equal to the value of the current turn meter, stacks up to 100%. So against a high turn meter target, you're going to be doing more damage, but it's a single target hit, single target soft strip with a little bit of extra damage. No ignore defense on this one. A3, 3-turn cooldown here. Double hit. Yep, AoE double hit. 75%, 100% when fully booked. Heal reduction. Second hit is 50% chance of placing block buffs. 75% chance. For 2 turns, will ignore 50% of the target's resistance. Corrupted Alliance. I mean, 3-turn cooldown, heal reduction with the 75% block buffs. I mean, that's going to be worse than Ugo. That's worse than Ugo. Ugo brings decreased defense and block buffs on a 3-turn, and she's an epic, so that's pretty bad. Passive receives 15% less damage from enemies under heal reduction. So she can at least apply that heal reduction, which gives her the damage reduction. I mean, yeah, she's pretty bad. So, you know, and you get a low attack in all battles. Usually it's 30% as well. So as a free champion, you know, she's free, but she's not going to be super, super helpful in a lot of areas, I think. I think for a Sylvan Watcher to get a damage dealer, she might be okay. But, you know, she really needs really good multipliers for her to do really, really well. But she's going to be free. She's going to come with a soul, which is going to make her very, very useful. All right, moving on to the next new champion. We have Osgrron, the Defiler. She's a dwarf. Osgrron right here, the Defiler. Bit of mixed stats here. 109 base speed is pretty strong. It's got speed and all. Speed in arena battles, 28%. Let's see what this guy can do. Is A1, attack one enemy, 50% chance of increasing the cooldown of a random active skill. Okay, so similar to like Arman's and stuff. Also fills turn meter of all allies by 10%. That's actually really good. So he has the turn meter fill like Taras, and then he has the cooldown increase like Arman's on his A1. That's really nice. Good A1, impressive. A2 here, 3-turn cooldown when fully booked, 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. Okay, so it's a strip. Decrease the turn meter of all enemies whose turn meter is equal to or lower than 50%. Equal to or lower than 50%. So if they're under 50%, you get a turn meter pushback of 20%. If the enemy's turn meter is more than 50%, decrease it by 50%. Oh my goodness, that is big. Has a 75% chance of placing stun debuff for 1 turn on enemy whose turn meter was reduced by 50%. So if wow. So you get team strip, turn meter pushback, and a stun on a 3-turn cooldown. Wow. Arman's has the AoE stun, turn meter steal, so basically full turn meter pushback. I mean, it's not as good as Arman's, but it's pretty strong. This is a pretty strong A2. This is a pretty strong A2. Yeah, really, really strong. And his A3 here, what's he got here? He's got 4 turn cooldown, teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy. So full team attack, that's ally attack. The allies joining attack will use their default skills before attacking, place increased attack and a shatter buff, 7.5% shatter buff on all allies. So if you guys don't know, shatter is basically just ignore defense. So he is adding increased attack and 7.5% ignore defense buff on your allies. Decrease the cooldown of all allies' active skills except this champion's by 1 turn if the target is killed. Now, I don't know the exact calculation whether ignore 7.5% ignore defense is better than, like, let's say 30% crit damage. It's probably on par. So he has a 4-turn ally attack with increased attack and, you know, basically similar damage boosting abilities. And then he has a conditional bonus here as well with the cooldown reduction. I think it's really good. This is really good. Really, really solid ally attack. It's a full team ally attack as well. Passive ability. Allies inflict 20% more damage against enemies under stun. This is great. This could be anybody, not just himself. Active effect, 4-turn cooldown. Whenever an ally's kill, instantly activates his A2. Will not put this skill on cooldown. Multiples. Okay, so if an ally is killed, he instantly strips everybody, pushes back turn meter, and stuns them. Man, this guy seems like an absolute pain in the butt. And I believe there's a relic that boosts turn meter. I think it's the harp. But there's a relic that boosts turn meter whenever they use a skill that doesn't deal any damage. So he has 2 skills here. I mean, yeah, his kit looks awesome. 28%, speed in arena as well. His kit looks awesome. A1, similar to Arman's, got turn meter boost, strip, turn meter pushback, stun. And then he's got an ally attack. And his passive's really good too. Yeah, great champion, 109 base speed as well. So it's definitely very, very good champion. It's good. It is impressive. Okay, let's move on. We got our next champion here, Amok, the first satrap. Amok, the first satrap. Oh man, I'm butchering the names here, but I love this guy. This guy's a toad. Look at him. He's a toad. He's so cool looking. He's got an HP based support champion. I think he just says support here, but he's got super good HP. Let's check out what his kit can do. He's got HP in all battles, 20%. A1, attack one enemy, has a 100% chance of stealing 1 random buff from the target, 50% chance of lying leech. This goes up to 70%. Kind of weak-ish. I mean, the steal's kind of nice, but single target hit, kind of weakish. His A2, attacks 1 enemy, 100% chance when fully booked, placing decreased resistance, pain link, and decreased speed. These debuffs are protected when placed on bosses. Now, this is really good. As soon as I read decreased resistance, I was thinking Chimera right away. I don't know how pain link works against bosses. It probably doesn't work. But decreased speed, decreased resistance against Chimera can be very good. Decreased resistance, obviously can fulfill one of the trials, and they're protected against the bosses, which is even better. Heals all allies by 5% of this champion's max HP for each debuff play. So you're looking at potentially 15%. I guess if you put like a hex set on him, you can add another 5% there, but looking like 15% heal, 3-turn cooldown, very, very nice. And his A3 here places block debuffs on a 4-turn cooldown, heals all allies with 50% of this champion's max HP, heals each ally by additional 3% for each debuff on them. Okay, it's not a cleanse. Okay, let's see what else. Removes any debuffs from allies negatively affecting stats and replace them with mirrored equivalents. Negatively affecting stats. So decrease attack. Debuffs such as block buffs, heal reduction, weaken will be replaced with block, debuffs, continuous heal, and strengthen. How does this work? Places block debuffs and then heals and then removes debuffs. It seems like it requires a little bit of testing because the order in which all this stuff happens is very important, right? Because obviously if your champions have block buffs on them, then you can't place block debuffs on them. So you want the the debuff swapping to happen before you place the block debuffs, and then obviously the heal. If you have heal reduction, then you don't get the heal. So the order of these things is important, but very powerful ability. Passive, increase this champion's max HP by 10% whenever this champion heals themselves using a skill, up to 50%. So heals themselves using a skill. So it can't be the leech. It comes from here and it comes from here. Okay, so up to 50%. So you just have to use these, 5 times. And then he's got a 50% boost in HP. All his heals will be bigger. A pretty strong support champion. I mean, this ability could be a total bust, but if he does the cleanse first and then places block debuffs and then heals, like we're talking like, a 4-turn cleanse with all this additional benefit, it could be pretty massive. Could be interesting. Could be interesting champion here. Otherwise, this ability seems quite good. Be interesting to see what Pain Link actually does. I don't think Pain Link works against bosses, but be interesting to see what that does. But yeah, he's a toad, so cool champ, and yeah. Anyways, let's check out the last new champion besides the Fusion. It's going to be the Fusion Epic, and it's going to come from the Skinwalkers here, and it is a Void Epic. It's a Void Epic, guys, so there's no dreams of pulling the Epic easily from a Ancient Shard or anything like that. It's going to be a Void Epic. Gom Yellow Hand. What is this champion about? A support champion here. 104 base speed. Single enemy attack. Double hit. First hit is a 30% chance. 50% chance when fully booked of placing leech. Second hit has a 50% chance of placing heal reduction. Okay, could be interesting. It's A2 here. 3-turn cooldown, increased speed, and then continuous heal on all allies. It's at least team-wide buffs. 3-turn cooldown. A3, 3-turn cooldown, AoE attack, decrease turn meter of all enemies with 15%, 50% chance of placing stun on all enemies for 1 turn. It's only 75% chance, so that's a bit of a bummer, but it's a reasonable ability. Passive, whenever an ally is attacked, fill this champion's turn meter by 5%. That doesn't seem very strong. Attack in all battles. I mean, he's kind of midish, not super useful. I'm not too sure what his deal is. He's a support champion, but he has high attack, low HP, and he has attack in all battles. It seems kind of weird, right? He places leech, like he could be useful in like even early clan boss. Places leech, increased speed, continuous heal. Stun's not that useful. Maybe not clan boss viable, but increased speed leech could be useful somewhere. Maybe chimera, maybe. I don't know, but just kind of grasping at straws to see where this guy can be used. His kit seems pretty mid, has a little bit of everything, but I don't see this guy being super good. There's a lot better epics out there nowadays. But this guy's going to be the epic that's going to be going into Titus as part of the Fusion. And those are the new champions that are coming with the update. So now there obviously is a lot more other things. I don't really want to cover it in this video. There's going to be Siege expansion updates, as well as the introduction of traps in Siege. So that's a pretty big deal. Expansion of the levels in the stronghold and stuff like that. Siege tiers. Don't really want to talk about that. Chimera rebalancing. I wanted to talk about some of the quality of life that's happening. So here's the big thing I wanted to point out to you guys. The Faction Guardians. So in the Faction Guardians, there's this new feature. I'm going to use that term lightly. It's called Commission. So when you click Commission, it says, are you sure you want to commission these Faction Guardians? Warning, commissioning these Faction Guardians, you will mean you cannot use them for anything else. So if you commission them, that means you basically fed them. They're basically gone from the system. So you have to be really careful because if you commission a champion that you intend to empower at some point, that, those 2 champions are kind of gone. Now, let's test what happens if I commission a level 60 champion here. So let's commission these. Champion is locked, so you should want to unlock this champion. So I'm going to unlock it. This champion still has artifacts, remove and sacrifice. So this is what's happening. When you commission them, it's basically sacrificing them. You're feeding them into the abyss. So I'm pretty sure you won't have this 60 anymore. So I'm going to remove and sacrifice. There you go. My 60 Tatura is gone. Let's see. Yo, guys, my 60 Tatura, what happened? What happened? You know what I mean? This is massive. This is something that you guys need to be fully aware of right now. Like, that you need to be 100% aware that this might happen to you. So you guys don't freaking feed off your stupid 60 champions. Like, what is Plarium thinking about this? What is Plarium thinking? Like, yes, it can free up some spots. Like, that's the thing, right? Yes, it can free up some spots. Like, yeah, okay, I'll free up some of my rares, my rare slots, you know what I mean? But you're effectively feeding the champion off. So if people are not aware, you're going to feed off your level 60s, that you might have blessings on, you might have masteries on, and you can't get them back. So this is a massive warning to you guys that you guys need to listen right now. You guys need to listen right now. I wish I can, put the editor thing, big listen thing. Don't commission your champions that you intend to ever empower, that you ever intend to use. Don't do it. You're basically feeding them, okay? Anyways, end rant. That's really important, but you guys need to know that. After that, we have these new reroll abilities for these advanced quests. I think they're limited to certain ones, so you can't reroll any of them. This is a good one. Use 1 Chimera key, reroll. Let's see what happens. We're going to reroll it, and then we get use 6 Fortress keys. Now, this can be a total pain in the ass too for some people, because Iron Twins using 6 Fortress keys, it can be an absolute pain for some people as well that are still struggling in that content. But this is a good feature overall, especially when you get the Hydra quest and stuff like that. So I'm thumbs up for that. And we're going to head over to the tavern here, and then they have some new quality of life features here as well. So for example, now they finally grew a brain and put all your chickens together in one slot instead of just having your chickens scattered throughout, so you don't have to scroll through your chickens anymore. So here you go. You got all your chickens in one slot. That's a big thumbs up for me, but this should have happened like a million years ago. It just seems so obvious. All right, so better late than never. And then the other big thing here is that they're, putting a little bit of spotlight on Tag Team Arena. So let's hop over to Tag Team Arena. They said they're expanding the tiers in the Tag Team Arena, silver and gold tiers. So we can have a look here. I can tell you guys that the tiers are not expanded significantly. I'm looking at the live servers right now, and I'll tell you guys right now, Gold 4 in live server, the player limit is 2,500. Gold 3, the player limit is 3,000. Gold 2, the limit is 4,500. Gold 1, the limit is 7,000. They're not even doubling the amount in their new update. So, they're adding more players. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. I don't know how much that's going to really help. In silver, they are doing about a 50% up, 50% boost. So in silver 4 in live, currently it's 15,000. So on the test server, it's 22,500. In silver 3, it's 20,000 on live. It's 30,000 on the test server. Silver 2, it's 25,000 on live. 37.5 on test server, and then silver 1 it's 30,000 on live and 45,000 on the test server. So yeah, 50% boost in silver tier, and slightly less than 50%, I guess, in the gold tier. But who knows? Maybe this will be helpful, and more people will be able to get through those tag team gold missions for Ramantu. Anyways, guys, once again, I am on the test server here, so this is a bit of a sneak peek at what is to come in the next update. Like I said, the biggest thing here, we do have the new champions that are being released. One of them being the Epic that's going into the Void Fusion, Titus. And the Epic doesn't seem particularly insane or anything. They just made it a Void Epic so that it's super annoying for people to recover if they fail certain parts of the Fusion, for example. And then the other big takeaway from this video, if you guys are wanting to take away something, is basically this Faction Guardians commissioning feature. Definitely $1,000,000% be careful. $1,000,000% be careful, because basically once you commission them, it's basically feeding them off. It's useful if you want to do it to save some space for your rares, maybe some epics, but definitely be careful about your legendaries, especially when commissioning them. Okay. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for the video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about all of these little bits of updates. Thanks for watching until the end. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.